Now that it's fall, it's time to just check out your plants and see what you can prune. And this right here is the daisy. There's just this one flower left. It's clearly done blooming, but it's the prettiest one. Although there is a little bud that might be trying to break through, but I don't think it's gonna make it. Other than that, we just have all these brown stems. They are like straws, pretty empty inside, so you might be able to remove them by hand, like that. Or if you prefer to, you can use pruners. With these, you're just going to follow the stem all the way down and cut as close to the ground as you can. If there's a little node, you can cut above that. Because if you take a look down into your plant, down here you can see new little plants. And this is going to be what you have growing new flowers next year. So none of these stems will produce flowers again. They're wilted completely, they're dead basically. They used to look like this one. Oh look, there's a little bud right there. So depending on how the weather goes, we know autumn is a season of change. This might still flower, but because it's cold, it's in the 40s today, it probably won't. Although the sun is peeking out its head right now. Of course, I'll leave this stem to do its thing for now, but these other stems can go since I'm sitting here. Also, if you can remove these stems before the leaves down here get too big, it makes it a lot easier. You can also try to pull up stems and see if they come away. But I don't think any of these are ready yet. Nope. You just want to kind of weave through the leaves. Try not to cut them, if you can. If you cut a leaf or two, it's no problem. If you grab onto a stem, it helps to move leaves away and figure out where you're cutting. Also clean it up while you're at it. Some of the stems split off, so you can cut off, I already did it here, but you can cut off the old stem there and leave the new growth alone. So you don't want to cut to the ground like right there, or else you'll lose the potential flower here, although I did cut this leaf a little bit. That's fine. Multiple stems at once. You can see some of the exposed, what I'm going to call rhizome. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe any of these little nubs are potential, either roots or plants, and then from there comes the stem. So you just want to cut away the stem, not the rhizome. There we go. You can see that the plant was actually planted right here, and this part's dying away, or at least it's growing out from that area. So you could dig this up and have multiple plants. Plant them anywhere you want. Try not to cut the little plant there. And then you can see how this one is still green all the way down here, so it's fine for now, or you can cut it. It really doesn't matter since you have this new growth for next year here. While you're at it, even though this stem isn't completely dead, you can deadhead the flower off. You can cut above this leaf if you'd like, or you can just remove this whole stem. Or if you want to, you can remove the whole stem here, giving this bud more energy to flower, potentially. This one is also on the edge, but I don't know, I'm just gonna leave it. So I would cut this stem right here, not down here, because that's the root, but here's just the stem. If you move the soil away, you can see that this new plant right here is coming from where this plant came, or this stem. So I'm going to cut above here I'm not going to cut into that because then I'll just cut this new flower off, or this new plant portion. And there we have two plants growing, one this direction, one that direction from this one spot. If you carefully move the soil away, you can see new growth, new little tiny leaves growing from down here. And there we go. It's ready pretty much for next year, except for the two stems that I refuse to cut.